Hello, folks. I just wanted to show you I did a few more rows of pearl, and without having knit rows to compare to, kind of looks like knit rows, doesn't it? But I promise you, if you do knits and pearls in combination, you can very much tell the difference. So now what I want to do is remember I told you the bind off I did earlier was out in about 5 minutes in that Happy Mail video that's in this playlist. So I wanted to do this. I hope I got this camera. Let's see, that might be better. I think I had it at a funky position last time. So remember purling, you went in this way and then wrapped around the front. You can go back and look at that. Now I'm just going to show you the bind off. This is just a regular, I don't know what you call it, but it's just nothing special bind off. How about that? And bind off is just when you finish your project and you're ready to take it off the needles, you're ready to finish up with it. This is what you do. So you knit 2 stitches. And I'm going to hold the stitch that I just did, going to kind of tension it around my finger, and I'm going to take this needle and I'm going to pull the bottom stitch over the top stitch, and that'll be 1 stitch bound off. Sometimes you have to kind of hold them on like that. Then I'm going to knit another one, and I just keep doing that. Take the bottom stitch by going in and picking it up. Oop. Sometimes that happens. And lift it over. And I keep hanging on to this so you can see. So it doesn't slip off so you can see. So knit another stitch. Lots of different bind offs. The Icelandic bind off is the one I use most now because, well, depending on what kind of stretch I want. It's very stretchy. It's a very stretchy bind off, and this one isn't. But this yarn is very boingy, stretchy. I just love this yarn. And again, have no idea where I got it. Must have been in a kit or a swap or something. Diamond Little Darlings Jack and Jill Anti-Pill Decay. And the needles were a size US, 273 yards, 100% premium anti-pill acrylic. And it doesn't say a color, but it's almost a corally pink. So you see that my stitches are coming off. See how these stitches are looking? And ideally you want your cast on edge and your bind off edge to look about the same, or if they, oops. You never have more than 2 stitches, and then you pull the bottom over the top. I started running my mouth. I started to knit another stitch. So now I only have 1, so I've got to have another one. And just pull the bottom over the top, and you just do that all the way along your row until all your stitches are off. When you're left with just 1, you're going to cut your yarn, though I'm not going to cut this yarn because I want to keep working with it. After I finish showing you everything I want to show you with this, it's going to be a little preemie baby blanket, I think. I'm pretty sure. There's not tons of yardage, but for a preemie baby blanket, you don't need tons. Whoops, what'd I do there? Let's let that go and try that again. So knit another stitch. Always have 2 when you're binding off on your right needle. I just push those stitches on my left needle down a little bit. Here we go. See, we're taking all these off our left needle, knitting one on our right needle, and then pulling bottom over the top, and it's taking it off of our needle. Eventually, it'll all be off. And this you do whenever you want to, when you're finished with your project. And also when you're doing some patterns, if you're doing a shaping of a garment or something, it may have you cast off some stitches, but then continue to work with some other stitches. I'm not going to go into all that. Again, let me refer you to Very Pink Knits, and I think I said .com, but it's just, she's on YouTube, and I believe it was Jill, one of my subscribers, said that her name is Stacy, and that sounds right. So the lady's name is Stacy, and it's she's just on YouTube, so just look up Very Pink Knits. And she should pop right up, and she has tons of wonderful knit or knitting tutorials. So she'll show you how to do all sorts of stitches. I refer to her when I need to learn a new knit stitch. Of course, there are lots of others if you want to put those down. I know some of you that already know how to knit are watching these anyway, and I appreciate that. I always appreciate the support and watch time. Somebody said the other, I think it was on yesterday's live, GrannyDee, do you have playlists? I sure do. Please go, when you go to my channel and you see all the different tabs, it has home, videos. I think playlist is the 3rd tab. After that, it's like community and maybe something else. And then the about tab where I tell you a little bit about myself and have my P.O. box address and my email and such like that. But yes, and if you play those playlists, which some of you are already doing to help me with watch time, that's great. I also could use some subscribers, so if you are able to, and yes, I know I'm over 1,000, but we always want our channel to grow. The more we get, when you're monetized especially, and I do appreciate you folks letting those ads run. I know not all of you do, and I understand it gets aggravating. But when ads come on, people I really, really like and want to support, because I can't send them things or do anything else, so to show my support, I try to help their channel by letting their ads run. Just knit while they're on, even turn the volume down if it gets annoying, which a lot of them do. I totally don't expect you. I believe it was Julie, and I know I've brought this up a couple times, said one of my ads was like 40-some minutes. I said, good grief, that's an infomercial. It's crazy. I don't even know why they have those. But I hope you guys are getting this. It's just very, very easy. I hope you're getting everything. Cast on, which I did the knitted cast on, and like I say, there's lots of different kinds. I'm going to show you another really, really simple one, which I showed you before I did the knitted cast on. I'm pretty sure the one where you just go around your index finger Somebody, and I've forgotten who it was now, wanted my pattern that I use all the time. My favorite shawl pattern because it's so easy. And I like the way it works up. And it's just a triangular shawl with a little lace work down the spine. And I picked up the pattern at AC Moore. It was a free pattern, just, you know, those patterns that they have that kind of hang in a pad, a whole pad of them, off the shelf, and it says free, take one, or whatever, or you just know to do that. And there it was called, I'm pretty sure it was called the easiest shawl in the world. But when other people found it, they said it was just called, I forget, simple knitted shawl or easy knitted shawl, one of those. So if you want the pattern, just go to AC Moore, the AC Moore store. Okay, now I'm down to 2. I'll get back to that, I hope. I hope I don't squirrel and forget it. So I still do that. And then I pull this loop up a little bit. And then this is the point where I would leave a nice little tail because you're going to have to weave it in. But see how nice that looks? They're cast off edge. So we've got our bind on, our cast on and bind off. And it doesn't exactly match, but when you lay it down, it doesn't too much. It's curling up a little bit there. But your piece is going to be longer, not some little tiny strip like this. I don't know why that's wonky right there, but whatever. So normally then I would cut off my tail to about there, and I would push this through this loop, tighten it up to make a knot, and then weave my tail in. Okay? So that's all there is to binding off. And I'm going to stop this video there because I don't want to combine videos. But I will be coming back on and showing you, mention that shawl pattern. The AC Moore site, if you go to the AC Moore site and look up, they have a place where you can look up patterns, or they have free patterns, and it's on there. So, I'm going to be showing you the shawl with this yarn, so I'll be back. Be sweet.